Alright, what's going on, guys? Pardon the wind and the cars driving by. We are in the Everglades. Behind me is Tamiami Trail Canal. We're going to be fishing it this time of year. Right now it is mid-spring, I guess. So mid to late spring, I think, is the best time of year because the water levels are really low. Because in the winter and in the spring, it doesn't really rain too much down here in South Florida. Over the next few months, water levels will be way higher. I am not going to re-record all of this, so pardon the camera falling down here. But over the next couple months here in the summer, it's going to rain a lot and the water levels are going to get a lot higher. And when that happens, the fish get spread out a lot. So right now when the water levels are low, a lot of the fish are really concentrated here in these canals. So we're going to start fishing and we'll see what we can catch. Alrighty, so here is the canal. It is rather windy today, as you can probably hear. So kind of right here where I am standing, in a few months the water levels will be all the way up to here, and all of this like light colored rock and sand will be underwater. But right now, as the water levels are lower, I think it's a little bit easier to fish, and the fish are kind of concentrated here in these deeper canals. When the water levels go up, the fish kind of disperse and move around. But anyway, here's what we're going to be fishing. It's a little Z-Man, what were these things called? I forgot what these were called. They're little tubes on a 1/32 ounce jig head. I'm sure the name is going to come to me later. Can't believe I forgot what they're called. But usually I can do pretty well just kind of flipping this and fishing it here close to shore, right near these weeds and whatnot. There's some really deep water there, and there's usually some fish hiding among them. So let's see what we can catch here today. Got him. First fish of the day, and it is a nice little warmouth. Let's take a look at this guy. Alright, so unfortunately that guy flopped off the hook right after I got a picture of him. So at least we got a good picture of him. That was a cool catch, just because the native fish around here are a little bit rarer. Because all these non-natives, like these Mayan cichlids that I'm about to catch, are a lot more common and a lot more aggressive. So I prefer the natives, but let's take a look at this non-native cichlid. Alrighty. So I usually do catch a lot more of these guys. This one's not even that big, but it's a Mayan cichlid. And these guys, along with peacock bass and a couple other non-native species, have really taken over. So anytime I can catch some of the natives, like the warmouth, or I've also caught like red ear sunfish here, spotted sunfish, bluegill sunfish, largemouth bass, I prefer to catch those. But let's keep going. Let's see what else we can catch. Got him. I think that's another Mayan. Literally very next drop, it is another Mayan. So 3 drops in a row now, we got a fish. Alrighty, Mayan cichlid number 2. Another small one. This one's even smaller than the last one. But those guys always put up a fairly good fight. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we can get out of here. Oh, got him. What is that? That guy's pulling well. That's not going to be a Mayan. What is that? I mean, I guess it could be a Mayan, but I've never seen a Mayan pull like that straight out. Usually they pull straight down into the weeds. That's a big fish, whatever it is. Can't see it yet. Now he's going in the weeds. What is that? That's not going to be a Mayan. What is this? It'd be great if I had some heavier gear right now. Oh, that is, I'm not even sure. Is that a bowfin? Couldn't really see it. Oh, that's a nice bowfin. Where are the gators? Usually when I catch one of these guys, a gator is right behind it. Alright, don't see any gators. That is good news. Let me get my lip grippers out and try to get this guy. Where did I put those? Alright, let me go down there and try to get this guy out of here. Quick look for gators. Alright, try to get this guy. Alright, so we got ourselves a bowfin. This is an awesome catch. Biggest one I've ever caught for sure. Really awesome species. I've caught, I think, 4 in my life, and all 4 have come from this location. And it's been a long time since I caught one. This is a really, really cool catch. We're gonna get him back here, but we're not gonna do better than this. This is a great catch. Oop, got him. What is this thing? Oh, another warmouth. Sweet. Alright, this guy also dropped off the hook as I was unhooking him. Thankfully, we were able to pick him up and show him off to you for a second there, but this has been a good day. We got 2 warmouth, which are a great catch. We got that 1 bowfin, which is a greater catch. And we got 2 Mayan cichlids, which I don't really care for. But hey, action is action. And we're still getting some cool species outside of those 2 Mayan cichlids. Got him. What is this? Another warmouth, I think. Yeah, let me pick him up here. Let's get a picture of him. Alright, so all these guys have flopped off the hook fairly quickly here. But our 3rd warmouth, so that's really cool. I don't catch a lot of those guys. I might get like 1 every 2 or 3 trips I come to this spot. But today we got 3 of them, so that's really cool. Got him. Not a warmouth. This is going to be a little Mayan. Alrighty, Mayan cichlid number 3, smallest of the day. Also nice colors on this one. He's a little bit more like deeper red and orange than a lot of them are. And I always end up getting comments whenever I do this kind of fishing of people saying, why don't I keep and kill the Mayan cichlids because they're non-native and whatnot. But like, these guys are well established. Me keeping and killing whatever this ends up being, I don't know how many I'm going to catch today, but let's say it's 10. Me keeping and killing 10 Mayan cichlids is not going to do anything when there's millions of them all over South and now Central Florida. So they're here to stay. They do provide a good amount of fun if you want to fight some fish. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's try to catch some more of the cooler natives. Like I said earlier, so we got some really deep water here close to shore. And I can usually catch some cool fish there. What do we got? Another warmouth, and this one's darker in color. Sweet. Alrighty, so warmouth number, I think it's 4 for the day. Darker colors than a lot of the other ones that I've caught so far. But cool catch. I'm glad to see that there's a good amount of them here, because normally I don't catch that many. Got a bite. That's another warmouth. This is crazy. Alrighty, warmouth. It's number 5, right? So not this past winter, but the winter before this past winter, so like 18 months ago, we had a pretty big cold front come through, which I know killed a lot of the peacock bass, and I'm sure also a good amount of like the Mayan cichlids, Oscar cichlids, and jaguar cichlids that are around here. And the peacock bass fishing in this area has not been very good the last, well, year and a half or so. Before that, it was really good. So I wonder if the kind of the cold front that killed off a lot of the non-natives kind of helped these native species thrive, because I never catch this many warmouth around here. So let's keep going. Let's see if we can catch some other cool natives. Had a bite there. Got it. Ooh, had another bite there. I thought I had him that time. Had 2 bites in that spot over on the last cast. Let's fix the bait. Drop it back on in there. Let it sink toward the bottom. Let's start twitching it and jigging it back. Got him. That's a Mayan. Don't wrap yourself up in the weeds. I hate when they do that. It just makes it tougher on both of us. If they're out in the open, they're fun to fish. If they're in the weeds, they are not fun to fish. He's still on, but he's wrapped up. Come on. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right, little Mayan cichlid. All right, so this might be the smallest Mayan cichlid of the day, but also one of the hardest to catch, because when they wrap themselves up in those thick grasses down there, sometimes it's impossible to get them through. But glad we were able to get that guy in, and great action so far. Let's keep going, see what else we can catch. Got him. Oh, another new species for the day. Alrighty, so this little thing that I'm sure is going to flop out of my hand in a minute now is a little spotted sunfish. He's not flapping out of my hand. Alright, let's get him back in there. Little spotted sunfish. Also get a lot of those guys in this area, but also usually nowhere near as many as I get of Mayan cichlids, if that made sense. But yeah, let's keep going, see what else we can get today. Got him. Another Mayan. I can see the orange in the water. This guy's a little bit bigger. Pulling fairly well. Keep him out of the weeds. Come on. There we go. And let's get him up here. All right. Another Mayan cichlid. Fairly big one. Put up a decent fight. And when I see these guys out here in nature, the first thing I think of is, I wish there weren't so many of them here, or really any of them here. But I always think, why would anyone ever want to put one of those in an aquarium? So that's how they got here, whatever it was, 70, 80 years ago. People had them in their aquariums. They obviously got way too big and way too aggressive for whatever little 20 or 30 gallon aquarium they were keeping them in. They released them and now they're all over the place. And if you see how big they get and how aggressive they are and how hard they fight, I have no idea why anyone would ever want to keep that in an aquarium. But yep, I don't know how many that is now, 7 or so. Let's keep going, see what else we can get. Got him. Another warmouth. Another warmouth. We're somewhere at around half a dozen of these guys now, and believe it or not, I've only been fishing for about 35 minutes, a little bit less. And we got all these warmouth, all those Mayan cichlids, that bowfin, and that spotted sunfish in about 35 minutes, all on the same lure too. This thing is holding up well. Z-Man always has some quality lure, super stretchy and super durable. My hook is all bent from that bowfin, but we're still catching fish on it. So let's keep going. Let's try to catch maybe one or two more here, and then I'll take a little break in the car because it is very hot out here today. Got ourselves another, and this one's a big one. Alrighty, so this is not only a long one, but a chunky one. It's heavy, and it's got a big belly. I'm not sure if it's a female with eggs, or just a male or a female that's been eating really, really well. But yeah, really cool catch. We're getting so many of them. Let's try to catch one more here before we call it a session. Got him. What do we got? Yet again, another warmouth. All right, another warmouth. This is going to be a good one to end it on. Can't believe we got so many of these guys. Well over half a dozen at this point. Really cool catch. That guy's back. And let's go ahead and let's wrap it up for this session. Alright guys, so that is going to do it. Pardon the wind noise. Once again, it's been a really windy session here, but it's been a really good session. Number one, the best part of the session was that bowfin. I believe I've only ever caught 4 in my life. All 4 have come from this canal in roughly this same kind of spot, the same area. Really, really cool. I think the one I caught today, though, was going to be my PB. Not sure how big it was, but it was really cool to catch that guy. Glad I was able to catch him on this light power gear, some 6-pound test, no leader. Those guys are strong. They got some nice teeth on, so that was great. And then the other kind of highlight, which normally would be the highlight, was all the warmouth. I don't know how many we ended up catching, somewhere between 5 and 10, I would guess. I think that's a pretty good guess. Maybe about 6 or 7 of them. And they're in here, but normally I only catch like maybe one every couple sessions. To be able to catch that many in one session was awesome. Love catching the natives over the non-natives. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.